I think George Russell is going to be the next British champion, the next British World F1 drivers champion. Blah. Now you're all going to be like, well, Norris went against Verstappen last season and came up short. Yeah, he came up short by 66 points. The gap actually increased as the season went on from Miami. Miami was 55. Now we went to 66. That's insane. That's freaking insane. 60 something. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to put it here exactly. But that just shows that Norris still has a lot to learn. In fact, this is his first time having a championship winning car. Do you get where I'm going with this? George has had a championship winning car. Sure, it wasn't the best and it fell off, but I mean, the 2022 Mercedes was I mean, Lewis competed with that car against Max, although it was very sad seeing how he came from Abu Dhabi 21 and well, a dramatic drop off in 22 where he just got podiums and didn't get a single win. But as a championship contender and as a championship contender against Max Verstappen, what you need is consistency. You don't need one weekend where you're getting a Grand Slam and then next weekend you're falling out of the points or getting the least points paying positions, 5 to 10. You need to be, even if you're not winning, you need to be at a constant flow of points. P3s, P4s, P3s, P4s, P3s, P4s. And who has, or in the, besides Max Verstappen, in the top four teams, have that consistency? It's George Russell. I mean, that's how he beat Lewis Hamilton. I mean, Lewis Hamilton had more wins than him, but on the table, George was on top. That's how Kimi Raikkonen managed to win Ferrari's last drivers' championship with a car that was superiorly underpowered compared to the McLaren, which was 1-2 or getting 1-2 always with Fernando and Lewis. But that's how Kimi managed to win the championship with 1 point. Consistency. He was always there on the podium. If it's a bad race, it's a P4 or a P5, but he was always there on the podium. He was always there to pick up the best of the rest points when Lewis and Fernando swap positions between P1 and P2. He was always there. And of course, Lewis made a huge mistake in that season. But what I'm just saying is, if Raikkonen wasn't consistent enough to be in that points paying position, to be there constantly getting those points, Lewis's mistake wouldn't have mattered. Lewis would have won the championship. You get what I'm getting at now. So with this 2025 season being the last season with ground effect, I feel George, not this season, will have a chance at the championship. I mean, Mercedes' car is still going downhill. But if Mercedes ever have a chance to have a McLaren esque car, George Russell can be the next British World Drivers' Champion, voila, instead of Lando Norris, which everyone is predicting for this season, even though people are still putting Max up there, but I'm still seeing a lot of people putting Norris in the fight. I understand it. Of course, he deservedly needs to be in this fight for 2025. He should have learned enough last season to be in this fight. He should be in this fight. But what I'm saying is, he's not going to be the next British champion. It's Russell. It's gonna be Russell. I bet you everything that I have, all my 8 subscribers that I have right now, and if you've reached this far, please come on, make it 9 or 10. It's going to be Russell. I have sure faith in it. I don't like the guy. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the guy, but his consistency is on par with Max. Hey, 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 hey. On par doesn't mean exactly the same. Max won a championship with a car that's shit. I don't think George would. But what I'm saying is, if George has a chance to win the champ, if there's a British driver that has a chance to win the championship, it is George. It's going to be George, and he's probably going to be the next one. He's going to be the the first one amongst the class of 2019 rookies to win the championship. So yeah, I hope that's not as controversial as you guys think. It's not that deep that George Russell will be the world drivers F1 constructors Formula champion. Ha! And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe as I keep making takes like this. I have another one, man. Mazepin wasn't that bad. I'm joking.